नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनि इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी देशतारिणि। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, राधा रमण हरि गोविंद जय जय, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha Giridhari Radha Giridhari Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe. Jaya Radha Rasa Bihari Radha Rasa Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Rasa Bihari Radha Rasa Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Kunja Bihari Radha Kunja Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Bhakti Bihari Radha Bhakti Bihari Radhe. Jaya Radha Bhakti Bihari Radha Bhakti Bihari Radhe. Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra. Jai Jagannath Jai Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jai Subhadra. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatumi. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami Nayana Pathagami Bhavatumi. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Gurudev. Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Gurudev. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol. बोला हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय. शिला प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी. जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यशोदनन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीम् उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So we have done till 8.13. We'll start from 8.14. So we'll recite the verses first, then with Mangalacharan, we'll start discussion. Om iti ekaksharam brahma vyavaharan mam anusmaran yah prayati tyajan deham sayati paramam gatim. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred syllable Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets. 8.14 Ananyachetaha satatam yo mam smarati nityasah tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah. For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. 8.15 Mama upetya punarjanma dukhalayam asashvatam nanupa na napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gatah. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection. 8.16 Brahma bhuvana loka पुनरावर्तिनो अर्जुन माम उपेत्य tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. 8.17 Sahasrayuga paryantam ahar aharyad brahmano viduh ratrim yoga sahasrantam teho ratravido jana. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. 8.18 अव्यक्त अद्वयक्तः सर्वाः प्रभवन्ति अहरागमे रात्रागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैवाक्यदसंज्ञके. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again. 8.19 भूतग्रामः स एवायं भूत्वा भूत्वा प्रलीयते रात्र्यागमे अवशः पार्थ प्रभवति अहरागमे. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being, and with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshur Unmiltam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamcha cha Shri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Desatarine. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurhangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriya Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah. जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण. Welcome everyone in Bhagavad Gita class. So we'll discuss from 8.13 then 14. So we'll revise what is there in 8.13. Om iti ekaksharam brahma vyavharan mam anusmaran yah prayati tyajan deham sayati paramam gatim. After being situated in this yoga practice and vibrating the sacred level Om, the supreme combination of letters, if one thinks of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and quits his body, he will certainly reach the spiritual planets. So here Lord Krishna is giving instruction, telling Arjuna that, O Arjuna, thinking of Krishna while quitting the body. So if one thinks about Krishna while at the deathbed or quitting his body, he will attain the abode of Krishna. Impersonalists try to concentrate on Krishna's name. So if you chant Om and if you concentrate like impersonal Brahman, or if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it is all same. But devotees always uh, want to do involve in bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So what is the destiny for bhaktas, devotees? Their destiny is Vaikunth Lok. So who remembers the Krishna at the time of death, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, will go certainly to abode of Krishna. So destination for devotee is abode of Krishna. That is Golok Vrindavan Dham. Back home, back to Godhead. That we have discussed in 8.13. So now we'll see that from 8.14 to 16, what is actually devotional service? So what is pure devotional service? Pure devotional service means your consciousness is involved in the thinking of pure consciousness. What is pure consciousness? Pure consciousness belongs to Krishna. Krishna has the supreme consciousness. So if your consciousness absorbed into supreme consciousness, then it will convert your consciousness is converted into pure bhakti. So 8.14 talks about that one who undeviatingly remembers Krishna easily attains the Lord because of his constantly engaging in devotional service. So you have to perform the ritual, you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, you have to do the deity seva, you have to associate with the devotees, you have to donate some amount, some charity in the temple so that deity sevas can be done, prasadam can be served. There are so many things where you can attach. If you don't have time to go to temple many times, at least go once in a week, once in a fortnight, once in a month, and involve some in seva. If you involve in seva, that is part of devotional service. You will never forget Krishna. What is the principal objective? You should not forget Krishna for even for a moment. If you don't forget, how you cannot? If you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So you have to chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra repeatedly. Then verse number 15 to 16 talks about the result. Those pure souls do not return again to this temporary, miserable work of repeated birth and death. So in this material world, there are, if you come once, so you are conditioned to these 6 changes. What are the 6 changes? Birth, growing, and be for some time, then produce offspring, and the dwindle, and then death. So there are 6 changes. 6 changes belong to this material body. If one is taking birth here, he belongs to 6 changes. So these are the 6 changes. Okay. So if you chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, involve yourself, your consciousness in devotional service, then your consciousness becomes pure and it is transformed into bhakti. And bhakti only comes by devotional service. So we'll see 8.14. Ananya cheta satatam yo mam smarati nityashah tasyaham sulabha partha nityayuktasya yoginah For one who always remembers me without deviation, I am easy to obtain, O son of Pritha, because of his constant engagement in devotional service. So, Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that, oh Arjuna, one who is constantly engaged in my service will never forget. So, that is called, so Krishna is telling here the destination of an unalloyed devotee. The destination of unalloyed devotee is Golok Vrindavan Dham only. So Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna that final destination is easy to obtain. How? No material impediments in devotional service. You should not involve any material things in the devotional service. Krishna gives intelligence on how to attain him. Reference Bhagavad Gita 10.10. Dadami buddhyogam. If you are trying or if you are on right track, Krishna automatically gives mercy, or Krishna's mercy automatically falls on a devotee who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, doing some seva regularly. He is honest about the given service. So Krishna mercy automatically falls on him. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. Unalloyed devotee, Ananya Chetaha, refers to pure Bhakti Yoga. Ananya Cheta means his Chet, consciousness is not attached to somewhere else, only attached to Krishna, remembering Krishna every time. Okay, so he is working without mixing of karma, jnana, or mystic abilities. So if you are engaging in work with your jnana, karma, and mystic abilities, so there are chances that karma kanda may happen, or mixing of material things in that. And the desire of devotee is to only work for pleasure of Krishna. The desire of a devotee is to fulfill the desire of Krishna. That should be goal of, that is the goal of unalloyed devotee. Then that is the meaning of Ananya Cheta. Then Satatam Nityashaha. Satatam means regularly. Nityashaha means Nirantar. Every moment, not even wasting a single moment. So pure devotee constantly remembers Krishna and meditating on him, thus wins Lord's attention. Okay, like you want to call someone, what do? You call loudly. Initially you call slowly, may not attend, may not hear. Then you call a little bit loudly. If you call loudly and not once, at least twice, thrice, he will look at you. Okay. Similarly, if you are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra loudly, regularly, Satatam Nityashaha, Krishna will 100% attend your service. So Krishna is looking, let me call, let my devotee call me, then I will go. He is looking that you are doing or not doing in both the cases. And when you are doing, how much you are putting effort. That is also very nice thing, that Krishna always reciprocates according to your devotional service. Okay, so pure devotional service or pure devotees, wherever they go, they create Vrindavan. So in this material world, there is only one Vrindavan. But wherever devotees go, they create Vrindavan. Once Sri Advaitacharya told Sri Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that, oh Lord, wherever you go becomes Vrindavan. You create Vrindavan. Wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. So there are 5 ways of Bhakti Yoga: Shanta Ras, Dasya Ras, Sakhya Ras, Vatsalya Ras, and Madhurya Rasa. So we'll see these 5 rasas in detail. So great blessing of Krishna conscious process of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Pure devotees and Lord never forget each other for a moment. Means devotees don't forget Krishna for a moment. Krishna also don't forget devotees for a moment. So though it's made for each other. Devotees cannot live without Krishna. Krishna cannot live without devotee. That is a very beautiful thing. Okay, so that's why we should chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra regularly, Satatam and Nityasam. That is 8.14. So there are 5 rasas. What are the 5 rasas? Santras, neutral. Dasya, servitor. Sakhya, friendship. And Vatsalya, paternal love. And Madhurya, conjugal love. So these rasas are described in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 19.185. Shanta, Dasya, Sakhya, Vatsalya, Madhurya Rasa Nama, Krishna Bhakti Rasa Madhya, Ei Pancha Pradhana. The chief transcendental mellows experienced with the Supreme Personality of Godhead are 5. Santaras, Dasyaras, Sakhyaras, Vatsalyaras, Madhuryaras. Okay, so Madhuryaras of gopis, Vatsalyaras of parental like Yashoda Mai and Nanda Maharaj, Sakhyaras Arjun, Dasyaras Hanumanji. So there are examples of these rasas. There are devotees who have performed and they have attained the supreme destination. And there are second, there are 7 secondary rasas. So 5 primary ras and 7 secondary ras. Guna. Okay, so they are known as Guna, Gauna, and Pradhana. Okay, so Hasya Adbhut Veera Karuna Raudra Vibhassa Bhaya Panchavidha Bhakti Gauna Sapta Rasahaya. Okay, so these are the 7 secondary rasas and 5 primary rasas we have seen in the previous verse. So what are the 7 secondary rasa? Hasya ras, laughter. Adbhut ras, wonder. Veer ras, chivalry. And karuna, pathetic feeling. And 5th is Raudra ras, anger. Vibhats ras, disaster. Bhaya ras, fearfulness. These are the 7 secondary rasas. Then stages of bhakti. What are the stages of bhakti? So there are 3 stages of bhakti. First is Keval Bhakti, Pradhan Bhakti, and Guni Bhakti. Guni Bhut Bhaktas. Okay, so here in the purport of, it is mentioned in the purport of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.33.31 purport. Keval Bhaktis, who are the Keval Bhaktas? They are Shuddha Bhakt, 100% pure. And they go and they reside in Golok Vrindavan with Prem. Prem Bhakti. So Prem Bhakti is the final Bhakti stage. Okay. Then comes second, Pradhan Bhut Bhakta. So they are more than 50%. Not 100%, but they are more than 50%, but less than 100%. They are known as Pradhani Bhut Bhakta. And they stage at Vaikuntha on Santarati. Okay. And then third stage is Guni Bhut Bhaktas. So their bhakti is less than 50%. Okay. And example is Brahma Jyoti. Means they are feeling that Brahma Jyoti is everything. That is the final stage. Okay. So that feeling comes under less than 50% bhakti. Then Karma Yogi, Jnana Yogi, and Dhyana Yogi, they attain Brahma Jyoti after they have added bhakti in their sadhana. So Karma Yogi means those who have attached their karma to Krishna, those who have attached their jnana to Yogi, Krishna, and those who have attached their dhyan to Krishna. So they attain Brahma Jyoti after they have added bhakti in their sadhana. So everything is bhakti. Keval bhakti, pradhan bhakti, guna bhakti, karma yogi, jnana yogi, dhyana yogi. So all these are bhaktas only, but there are different levels. So prema is the final stage where 100% bhakti is there. So once you go in ecstasy or prema, that is the final stage of bhakti. So that is the mentioned in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur purport. Then there are 5 kinds of liberation. Mukti. Everyone wants mukti. So there are 5 kinds of mukti. We'll discuss that. Okay. 5 kinds of mukti. What are those? Mentioned in Bhaktimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 29th chapter, 13th verse. Salokya sasti samipya sarupya katvam api uta divyamanam naginanti vinamat sevanam jana. A pure devotee does not accept any kind of liberation. Salokya or shasti, samipya, sarupya or ekatva, even though they are offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so those who are pure bhaktas, they are not interested in this 5 kind of liberation. That is Salokya, Shasti, Samipya, Sarupya, Kaivalya. These are the 5 kinds of mukti, but bhaktas are not interested in at all. So life after life, I may remain a pure devotee at your lotus feet and serve you unconditionally. Okay, so this is the desire of a devotee. He asks always, oh Lord, oh Supreme Lord, give me mercy so that I can do bhakti in this life, and give me next life again I will do bhakti, and likewise next all the life I want to do bhakti. I don't want any kind of liberation. So this is the desire of a pure devotee. Then text 115, 8.15. Mama upetakan punarjanma dukhalayam asaswatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gatah. After attaining me, the great souls who are yogis in devotion never return to this temporary world, which is full of misery, because they have attained the highest perfection. Okay, so Lord Krishna is saying that once you have attained to my abode, you never come back. You never take birth on this earth planet again, because that is the ultimate mukti. Okay, so pure devotees never return to material world. Why? Because they have performed Krishna's bhakti, and if you are performing Krishna's bhakti, you are eligible to go to Golok Vrindavan Dham. So bhakti yogi, they are known as Mahatma, and they worship directly Krishna. They don't worship indirectly. They don't worship any demigod. They give respect to everyone, but worship only Krishna. So once you go to Golok Vrindavan Dham, there is no fall down. You never come back from Vaikuntha planet. So there is no fall down from the Vaikuntha Lok. What is Supreme Planet? Vedic literature is described as Avyakt Akshara or Paramgati. That is the Supreme Planet. It is Avyakt. You cannot see. It is Akshara, never Chara. Never. It can never be annihilated. Annihilation of material world happens, but annihilation of Vaikuntha planet never happens. That is Avyakta Akshara and Paramgati. Avyakta Akshara means planet beyond material vision and inexplicable. Inexplicable Akshara. There is no Chara of Vaikuntha planet. Paramgati, the supreme destination for Mahatmas. Param Gati means Mahatmas always get Param Gati. That is Vaikuntha Lok, Golok, Vrindavan Dham. Why? Because they are Bhakta of Krishna. They perform devotional service in the name of Krishna only. Okay, so why they are Mahatmas? Because they follow the Guru Shishya Parampara. They receive transcendental messages from the realized devotees. So how Mahatma give knowledge to others? So when Mahatma give knowledge to others and they follow in the footsteps of Mahatmas, they become Mahatma. And who become Mahatma? Those who follow the instructions given by a Mahatma. So in this way, Mahatma creates many Mahatmas. And they perform gradual development by following the scriptures, Guru, Sadhu, Shastra, following the order, instructions given by Guru, given by Swami, and they serve them. And there is highest absorption in a spiritual planet. In a spiritual planet, they are always absorbed in the Krishna's service. They have only desire to serve Krishna. Why? Because they love Krishna. They are in prema with Krishna. Okay, so Krishna's satisfaction is their highest goal. They want to satisfy only Krishna. What Krishna wants from me. So devotees are always engaged in the Krishna's service. And they try to satisfy Krishna always. Okay, that is all about 8.15. Now 8.16. Brahma bhuvana loka punaravartinorjuna mam upetyatu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. From the highest planet in the material world down to the lowest, all are places of misery, wherein repeated birth and death takes place. But one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. Lord Krishna is telling Arjuna, O Kunti Putra, O Pritha Putra, when one who comes to me once never goes back. No fall down from Golok Vrindavan Dham. So Arjuna, please consider this my instruction and perform your duty. So Krishna has given this instruction for Kali Yuga people through Arjuna. Because Arjuna was an eligible devotee and friend of Krishna. Okay, so that is the 8.16. Krishna glorifies his supreme planet. So Krishna himself glorifies his supreme planet. Brahma bhuvana loka. Okay, so how to attain? Krishna consciousness is must if you want to go to Krishna's abode. So Krishna himself is telling that if you want to come to my abode, you have to serve me. You have to perform devotional service. You have to convert your consciousness into pure consciousness. And what is pure consciousness? Once you start thinking about Krishna, once you start chanting the name of Krishna, your consciousness becomes pure. So this is the beauty of Supreme Planet. What is the material planets? Material, if you are hankering behind material things, you will be always there in material. Whether you are working in goodness, passion, or ignorance. In all the three modes, if you are working, you will never go to Supreme Planet. So material planet is best for you then. So how to achieve Brahmaloka? By Panchagni Vidya of sacrifice, Chandogya Upanishad. Okay, in Chandogya Upanishad, many rituals are given. You have to follow and you can go to Brahmaloka. So, but here Krishna is saying, wherever you go, even you go to Brahmaloka, you will come back again to this earth planet. because you have done some pious work. So once you go to Brahmaloka, your pious will become chinged, will be reduced to none, and again you have to come back to the earth planet. Okay, so what is the fate of Brahmaloka? What about heavenly planets? Same rules apply. If we do not cultivate Krishna consciousness, we must return to earth. You go to Brahmaloka, it doesn't mean you will not come back. Okay, if you go to Brahmaloka, it means you will come back. But if you go to supreme planet, you will never come back. There is no fall down from Golok Vrindavan Dham. So scope of progress on highest planet by Krishna consciousness can gradually elevate to higher and higher planets and can go to spiritual sky. So when perfect in Krishna consciousness, at universal devastation mentioned in Sridhar Swami instruction. So supreme planet means never come back, no comeback. And material planets means misery of cycle, birth and death. So once you come to this material planet, you have to pass through 6 changes. What are these 6 changes? Taking birth, growing further, reproducing by offspring, then dwindles, disease and death. Okay, in this way you are moving in the 6 changes. Your body is moving like this cycle. So this is the birth and death cycle. Okay, so this is the 8.16. Now 8.17 to 22 talks about comparing the material and spiritual worlds. So in this material world, 17 to 19 talks about, in this material world, living entities appear during each millennium year, long day of Brahma, and are vanquished during each night. So we'll discuss about in detail what is Brahma's day, what is Brahma's night. So Brahma's day and night are equal. And now the age of Brahma is 50 years. Now again, more 50 years has to go. So once Brahma becomes 100 years old, the final annihilation is done. Okay, so there are different types of annihilation also. We'll see, we'll discuss. Then verse number 20 to 22 talks about beyond the manifest and unmanifest. Nature of the material world is the supreme spiritual abode, which is eternal, transcendental, and infallible. So Krishna's task is eternal, transcendental, and infallible. Once having gone there, one never returns. Although the Lord is all pervading, he is present in that abode and attainable by unalloyed devotion. So Krishna is always there in Golok Vrindavan Dham. He may be on Earth planet giving instruction to Arjuna in Kurukshetra, but he at the same time he is present in Golok Vrindavan Dham. At the same time he is present as super soul in everyone's heart. So Krishna is all pervading. He is present in that abode and attainable by unalloyed devotion. So 8.17 we'll discuss. Description of Lord Brahma's day. 8.17. Sahasrayuga parayantam arahad brahmano vidu ratrim yoga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janah. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together from the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. So Brahma's day and night are equal. So what is Brahma's day? Brahma's day consists of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas. Brahma's day, I am talking about 12 hours of Brahma. 12 hours of Brahma consist of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas. And which are the 4 yugas? Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So Satyuga is of 1.728 million years. Treta of 1.296 million years. Dwapar Yuga consists of 8,64,000 years. And Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. So, and Brahma, now we'll see what is Kalpa, what is Manvantara. So, here creation and full devastation when happens. So, Brahma's life of Brahma contains 311 million years, trillion years, 36,000 kalpa, days of Brahma, and equal number of nights. So, Brahma has the size of day and night is same for Brahma. So, in what happens in day, a day contains 36,000 kalpa. And what is one kalpa? One kalpa is known as 1 day of Brahma. That contains 4.32 billion years, 14 manvantras plus 15 sandhyas. Okay, night is the same length. Now, what is one manvantra? What is one manvantra? Consists of 71 divya yogas. One manvantra consists of 71 divya yogas. Okay, and in one divya yoga consists of 4.32 million years. That is 4 yoga. One divya yoga means consists of one cycle of 4 yoga. That is one cycle of 4 yoga means Satyug, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga. So if we add the time of all these Satyuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, Kali Yuga, it becomes 4.32 million years. Complete 4 yoga. And Satyuga is of 1.72 million years. Treta Yuga is of 1.29 million years, 296 billion years. Dwapar Yuga is of 8,64,000 years. Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years. Okay, so this is Brahma's day, 1 day, and similar 1 night also. Okay, so in the Brahma's day, manifestation is there. In Brahma's night, unmanifestation is there. Devastation is there. So creation and devastation, this comes in day and night. Now, here figure is given 311 trillion and 40 billion years. Brahma's day and equal number of nights. So fate of Brahma, because of service to the Lord, gets liberation at the end of his life. So Brahma gets liberation at the end of his life, means after completing 100 years. Brahma's lifespan is of 100 years. Whereas Brahma's entire life contains entire day, the size of day is 311.04 trillion years. That is, it consists of 36,000 kalpa. And one kalpa is day of Brahma. That is 4.32 billion years, 14 manvantras and 15 sandhyas. And this Brahma's day is compared with lightning flash. We have seen lightning in the rain season. So Brahma's day is compared with lightning. Because causal ocean has innumerable Brahmas like bubbles in Atlantic. So causal ocean has not a single Brahma. There are many Brahmas. So it's like a bubble in ocean. They come and go. They come and go. So similarly, the Brahma's day is compared with the bubbles in the ocean. Brahmaloka is compared to material planets is not free from birth, disease, old age, and death. So Brahmaloka is also like your material planet. It is also annihilated at the end of life, at the time of annihilation. Who goes to Brahmaloka? Only elevated sannyasis go to Brahmaloka. Those who have performed lot of devotional service. So this is all about 8.17. Now let's see 8.18. अव्यक्तादव्यक्तयः सर्वाः प्रभवन्ति अहरागमे रात्र्यागमे प्रलीयन्ते तत्रैव्यक्त तत्रैवाव्यक्त तत्रैवाव्यक्त संज्ञके. At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state. And thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into unmanifest again. So, how it talks about cyclic creation and annihilation. So, in the Brahma's day, manifestation is there. In Brahma's night, annihilation is there. So, Brahma's day, at the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state. And Brahma's night, at night of Brahma, they are all merged into unmanifest again. So this manifestation and unmanifestation is the cycle according to the Brahma's day and night. Then text point 19, 8.19. Bhutagramah sa evayam bhutva bhutva praliyate ratyagame avasah partha prabhavati aharagame. Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being. And with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. Okay, so in Brahma's day, manifestation is done. In Brahma's night, unmanifestation is done. Okay, so this is the cycle of manifestation and unmanifestation according to the life of Brahma. Brahma's day and night. So what is Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate? So text number 19 talks about Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. So there are 3 steps. Step 1, use human life in full devotional service. Step 2, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. So end of life, go back to Godhead and become eternally blissful. Okay, so if you follow all these steps, you will go to, certainly you will go to Krishna's lok, that is Krishna's dham, Golok, Vrindavan dham, supreme planet. So material world is miserable and temporary. One who is taking birth in this material must have to suffer birth, old age, disease, death. That we have discussed in 8.16. And constant creation and annihilation is done 8.17 and 8.19. Okay, so end of Brahma's life, all living entities remain unmanifest for millions of years, again to be manifest in another millennium. Okay, so as soon as Brahma's life goes, unmanifestation is done. And Brahma comes, manifestation is done. So Brahma is the creator of this universe. Okay, so he has got the mercy of Lord Supreme Krishna. He had got this instruction from Krishna only. He cannot himself manifest and unmanifest. So this is the Leela of Krishna. This is the department of Krishna who had assigned this task to Brahma. Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. Again manifest at arrival of day. All living entities remain compact in body of Vishnu. So if you want at all, you want to escape this cycle, you have to practice Krishna consciousness. The Krishna consciousness can only be achieved by your devotional service. during Brahma's day, cycle of birth and death. So this is the cycle of Brahma's day and night. There are four categories of universal annihilation that is mentioned in 12th canto, 4th chapter. Nityah, Naimittikah, Prakritikah, and Atyantikah. What is Nitya? Means one takes birth and dies. Every moment transformation is going on. Continuous transformation. Every moment time indivisibly transforms the body of all created beings and all other manifestations of matter. This process of transformation causes the living entity to undergo the constant annihilation of birth and death. So this is called Nitya or constant annihilation. Then Naimittika refers to end of Lord Brahma's day. Naimittika, that is known as Naimittika. When Lord Brahma's day end, again unmanifestation. So 1000 cycles of 4 yugas, 4 ages. So end of Brahma's day means what? 1000 cycle of 4 yugas. Okay, so and each day of Brahma called a kalpa. Day, I am talking about day. Same night also contains within the lifetime of 14 manus. So one kalpa means day of Brahma. One day of Brahma contains when lifetimes of 14 manus. So one day, I am not talking about night. One day consists of 14 manvantras. So the duration of Brahma's night is the same as that of his day. So during his night, Brahma sleeps and the 3 planetary systems meet destruction. During his night, Brahma sleeps and the 3 planetary systems meet destruction. So this is the Naimittika or occasional annihilation. So this is also known as occasional annihilation. That is called Naimittika. Then Prakritika, end of Lord Brahma's life after 100 years. Once Brahma becomes 100 years old, again annihilation is there. So there are 4 kinds of annihilation: Nitya, Naimittika, Prakritika. Okay, end of Brahma's life. So when Brahma's lifespan of 100 years is finished, there occurs the Prakrita or total material annihilation. At that time, the 7 elements of material nature, beginning with the Mahat and the entire universal egg, composed of them are destroyed. Then Atyantika. So Nitya means every moment transformation is going on. Then Naimittika, end of Brahma's life. Prakritika, end of Brahma's day, Naimittika, and Prakritika, end of Lord Brahma's day. Then comes Atyantika, each false ego through bhakti. So when a person achieves knowledge of the absolute, he understands factual reality. He perceives the entire created universe as separate from the absolute and therefore unreal. So this is called the Atyantika and or final annihilation, liberation. Okay, so these are the 4 types of categories of universal annihilation mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam 12.4. Description of spiritual world and Lord's abode. Absolute nature. Krishna's abode is non-different from him. So Krishna's abode is absolute in nature. It is eternal, free from birth and death. It is infallible. Krishna's superior energy is opposite to material energy in quality. Unlimited bliss, opposed to the material world, which is full of miseries. Unlimited bliss. So Krishna has unlimited bliss. We have limited bliss. Why? Because we are part and parcel of Krishna only. So Krishna is the reservoir of bliss, and we have only the ansha matra to fulfill all desires. So if you are in the spiritual world, you just wish you will have. You no need to do anything for that. Okay, so that is fulfill all desires. Then all attractive. Krishna is all attractive. Krishna is most beautiful. Krishna's planet is most beautiful because it is created by Krishna only. And there is no difference between Krishna's planet and Krishna. So unmanifest to mundane eyes. Mundane eyes cannot see Krishna's abode. And it is transcendental to manifest and unmanifest. Krishna's abode is above manifestation and unmanifested. It is transcendental. Krishna's destination is supreme destination, or spiritual destination is the supreme destination. So Krishna's abode or spiritual world is such a abode from where there is no comeback. You will be always engaged in the service of Krishna. So we'll stop over here. We'll see next time 8.20. If you have any question, you can ask. श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. Okay, no question. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. हरे कृष्ण.